to do some a bit of memeing. The world
As you
of
do,
Diablo.
obviously.
Oof, rainy. And it looks like it's humans in defense. And time to get some more cider.
Oh, now I understand. Big Kev is having an absolute mental one in the household today.
Ah, yes. An absolute smashing. Oh, is this what Matty 8 is running Guard Bills?
He's Italian, of course he does. And double mighty blow because he's rowdy.
Obviously.
And I'm running out of cider. It's a bit disappointing. So that's worse. So it's the last game of the round on the table, and Strider's team with triple skull and who's the last one? Cannot remember. Needs a win from Strider to overtake the Italians.
We can take a quick look.
So the Italian coach knows that Strider needs to win it. Oh, we hit Pete. It's you, Pete.
Oh! That's nice.
So yeah, it's I think.
So it's Pete, Strider, and Triple Skull.
Yeah.
Oh.
Strider
being the favourite. I don't know. From what we saw, what was it? Was it Triple Skull that played Spartaco?
But Spartaco is a madman.
Yeah, Spartaco played like an absolute mad lad.
I don't know. I think potentially, I would probably say Strider is a bit favourite overall. But the thing is, the whole matchup being that the Dwarf knows that Strider needs to win means I probably will say the Dwarf is a bit of a favourite to not lose, just because he knows that Strider needs bloody to win.
Yeah.
So I think that tips the scale to the Dwarf for not losing.
Pete, there's naught to be ashamed of from losing to Diomlord. He's an exceptional coach, and I think someone just snuck in.
Hey, Stroma.
Hi, Stroma.
Well, of course, it's everyone's favourite Vespian purple chest.
Obviously. Welcome on in, sir. Easy fucking pickup. Easy pickup.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Now
We can.
It's turned out to be a bit of a party, this one. On a Friday night.
I'm here.
Where else would anybody be?
I'm fine. I got my pint of cider. I don't need to go anywhere. And the Hobgoblin has the ball, because that was Hobgoblin's does. If you're not mad for glass running with your hands bulls. But
maybe everyone should run with sure hands balls.
Nope.
No. We'll not have any of that.
Just no.
We'll be having none of that. None of that here.
But this is definitely a proper Italian build with the double guard and the double mighty blow.
They so like their removals, don't they?
Yeah, it's kind of two mighty blow blockers is a lot because you're losing some guard, but when you take guards on both bulls, it matters a little bit less, I think. I find the reason I didn't took a mighty blow on one of my dwarf is I find when I have a mighty blow, I kind of force myself to use it, even if it's not the right person to blitz with. But if you have two of them, it's a lot easier to be the right move.
How about never taking mighty blow and blitzing the correct place every time? Just saying.
That's why I got 5 guard on my dwarves. Because
Well, someone quoted someone the other day who said apparently had said to them, the problem with one of anything is it's a target.
And it's also...
I said, oh, that's very clever. Who said that? He said, you did.
Hey.
It's also a target.
Hey!
And it's, again, and you kind of... If that mighty blow gets sidetracked, then you're either not using it or you're forcing yourself to use it to get it back into the game.
I mean, I'd say that cuts both ways as well, in that actually if you've got one mighty blow, it will be a target, and there's times that can be useful to you. By pulling enough of them people away from where you don't want them. So there's also times where anything that's a target can be used as a sacrifice piece. But it's why with dwarves I like to run with, perhaps if I am running with a mighty blow with a slayer, so at least there's 2 threats for them to worry about rather than just the one thing to try and isolate. It's also why, of course, amongst many other reasons, you should never put mighty blow on your slayer.
Yes. That's just doubling down.
It's a terrible decision.
Yeah, your slayer should just be stand firm.
I think you just killed a little. I think you just killed a little piece of purple chest there.
Because
Yeah,
he serves.
He should be naked. He should be naked.
Like he is.
Look, anyone silly enough to let you surf them is probably not going to be much of a threat to then get away from the surf afterwards or to surf you back. And against the better players, it's the threat of the surf you're very unlikely to actually get.
And if usually at high level Blood Bowl, if someone gives you a surf, it's because they want you to take the surf.
Yeah, again, it's a lure, it's a distraction.
The bait.
Doesn't always mean you shouldn't go for it. Sometimes that's genius. In terms of Chaos Dwarf builds, I mean, they're always built terrible, don't they? That's the problem with them. They're a beautiful, lovely race, but they just don't build very well.
That has to do with the tiering, really. But the problem is, if you put them in too lower tier, they become too good, and if you put them in too higher tier, they're just never going to be worth it.
Well, except to the Italians, and also
the Italians are weird. The Italians are weird. We've already stated this.
I think the one extra skills make them playable, especially in the EurOpen rule set where you need 8 teams.
Yes, I mean, if you've got to find 8 teams, then you're going to get down to a couple of ones where you're perhaps not hoping to get, 4 wins out of 5, but you're hoping can certainly hold on draws when you're looking for them to.
And it depends on, and Chaos Dwarfs are good at fighting at least a minimum at Warhome. And if you have somebody that's actually good at playing, when you get down to team 6, 7, 8, it's just as much what people actually are good at playing at that time.
Yeah, absolutely.
If somebody's slightly better with Chaos Dwarf than humans, then it makes sense taking Chaos Dwarf, not humans.
But how you build them is, very open. I mean, if you do put guard on your bulls, that's very popular in the European style. It does mean that you can free up the Chaos Dwarves from some of that duty. Some people try and carry with a bull. I mean, I've carried with bulls many times, but I don't do it with a sure hands bull, because that's just a bit ludicrous.
Yeah, it sort of is.
Or I'll carry with a hobgoblin, depending who I'm facing, really. The answer to is, should you carry with a bull or a hobgoblin, is yes. That's the answer to that question.
It's very matchup dependent, that's the thing.
Definitely not with a dwarf.
Never with.
And against humans, hobgoblins are absolutely because you want your bulls mobile to do stuff with the humans.
It's the real problem with carrying with a bull, is that leaves you only one bull.
Which is Haku Bull, your best player.
Stormer, you coming to Garden Ball in August?
Oh my god. Don't do it.
Do it. Do it. You obviously want to watch Triple Skull get absolutely smashed. And I'm not just talking about losing in Blood Bowl. Oh, brilliant, Stalmer. Brilliant.
Oh, shit.
I hope I get to play you again.
Nutcracker.
Oh, Deuterino. Welcome in, sir.
Evening, Deuterino.
Welcome to the party.
So I'm still a little bit behind. I'm still on the Twitch feed as my client catches up.
Yeah. It's a classic tabletop game anyway. Resurrection style. It's exchanging blitzes at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I mean, Stalmer, it's going to be a learning experience, isn't it? Because Triple Skull tells me a lot of good things about you.
I fell slightly in love with how Crucifer uses his dwarves and Chaos dwarves. And again, if we're going to talk about national sort of identities, it is very much the Russian style.
Yeah.
Very aggressive, very up in your face, lots of looking for removals, looking to dominate the position and the space, and just throttle the life out of the game as early as possible. And most of what he did was very safe, but also incredibly offensive. I mean, he didn't care if his whole front line was up against something. You know, he figured you wouldn't bust through it.
Have fun.
And that was really tempting with Chaos Dwarves and Dwarves.
But it's just problem is if you just overcommit. Like one of the games was the Dwarf, where I had to score on a short drive where you overcommitted a tiny bit, and suddenly there's just a gaping hole when you do that.
Yes. The one where he left a huge hole in the middle.
Yeah, kind of with one guy standing there. And Straumer, you need to be aware
screaming,
when you play.
There's a huge hole! There's a huge hole!
When you play Hagrim, you may need to standing up so you can see him or the miniatures, because he's kind of small. So it's hard to see him on the other side of the table when you're hiding behind his miniatures.
Straumer and I have played once. He did have trouble seeing me over the miniatures, but...
Well, I mean, I love Chaos Dwarves, always have. I don't play them a lot in CRP because of the...
Yeah.
Well, as I've said before, they're the herp derp team of choice. I mean, when they're coached well, they're beautiful, but they are so often just coached by people that have got butthurt because they've been destroyed by Nurgle Chaos Dwarves or Chaos, and hence want one of those to go around destroying things. Which is a bit of a shame, because they used to be a real scalpel team. I mean, very much like Necromantic, you had to use each piece for what it did really well. You had to work out how to get the different, very disparate pieces to cohere and get them being effective. But I mean, also they had access to a troll, which was really helpful. The Minotaur, of course, is a terrible, terrible idea.
I don't hate the Minnow for Resurrection.
It's fucking crap.
It's terrible.
It's really bad.
I said I didn't hate it. I also don't really like it.
I do hate it.
Then again, my experience with Chaos Dwarf is very limited. I don't play them, like, at all.
If you have to have a Minotaur, get yourself Grashnak, because at least he's a tiny bit less terrible.
He's at least good.
Yeah.
He's also fucking expensive.
But I mean, the traditional problem in NAF style is what do you do with your bulls? Do you put break tackle on them? Do you put block on them? Do you put guard on them? Or are you an idiot and put sure hands on one?
I've been thinking a lot about specifically Chaos Dwarfs, and I think the double break tackle is really scary for most people. I think I'd be more scared of facing the double break tackle because now suddenly you've got quite a lot of mobility and responsiveness.
I mean, I would say England coach and tabletop legend Gegster once said to me at a tournament that his answer to the question is what did he not want to face when facing Chaos Dwarves, and what frightened him the most was two break tackle bulls because they could get him.
Yeah.
However, there is a good answer, and I mean, Crucifer exemplifies that with how he plays, particularly at lower levels, that if you're positioning well, you don't need break tackle to get your bulls mobile. Particularly if they've got guards, something will be able to, or should be able to be working with them and be able to clear anything off that's touching them, so that they can go gallivanting off wherever you want. And yeah, I mean, it's a great theory. It's not always as easy to put into practice, obviously.
I mean, that's the thing we always look at is all the theory is great and all, but how do we apply it? Sometimes it's just not possible to apply the theories that you've been working on, and other times it's a piece of cake.
Amino is a good idea if you can stack on it and just want to have fun.
Yeah.
Well, the minnow's good on packed.
Oh,
That's pretty much the only place it's good, though.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna ignore the number of English-based people calling it a minotaur. It's a minotaur, obviously, unless you're American, in which case it's a minotaur.
Yes, of course. Well, it's, you know, Minos, not Minos.
Minotaur. And it's Wamp. Just
It
beware.
is vampires. It's definitely vampires.
It's vampires. It's
It is
vampires.
vampires forevermore. Always vampires.
Yes.
Oh,
Now you
we,
get it.
we do have vampires in the next season on TSD. Not by in-group, but we still have vampires.
Always.
So I get to say vampires in a week's time.
Vampires. Such a Danish thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's brilliant.
But I think the true answer is there's no right answer to what to put on a bull centaur, because unless you can put 2 skills on them,
Yeah.
and even then you'd love a third, they just always look a little bit, I mean, dangerous, but not quite as dangerous as they will be.
You just put double frenzy on them. Easy.
Double frenzy and cross your fingers. I did see somebody take
Again,
Orc
if you really want a frenzy build, you put guard on all your dwarves and buy Grashnak and no bull.
I did see somebody
Yeah.
play orcs with 4 black orc frenzy players in a NAV tournament.
Really?
That was rough.
Wow.
It didn't go
How well did he do?
Not well. He's not good
I mean,
to
that-
begin with. But it was hilarious to watch.
So what are we thinking about the board state here? What do we think?
I think the Chaos Dwarves are in a good position. They've managed to isolate a flank that they can try and expose next turn, so the humans have to try and do something about that pretty damn quick, sort of now.
I think it was a mistake for Strider not like doing something about that bull that was on his right flank, that was just like threatening a bit.
The one in the
because now-
backfield, or the one...
the one in the
bull
backfield.
fight?
The one in the back.
Yeah. I mean, the
Because-
problem is it's threatening, but it's not that threatening. You're not going to hand off to a bull in the rain.
It's not that part that's threatening. It's threatening exactly the position that Matty 8 is in, but it's also
Yeah.
threatening the other side where it was pressing down.
And it gets tackled mighty
Strider
blows.
reacted nicely to it by
I mean, it's
defending
got-
the side, but he didn't deal with the bull.
No, it's got to go down now, that bull, because it is
Yeah.
walling off that entire flank that is obviously where the Chaos Dwarves want to push through to.
Yeah, it is doing so much.
They haven't left enough that makes you think it's a fake and they're going to try and push back through the middle or to the other side. They really are trying to get down that side. So you really do have to stop it.
I also think
And
that's
as you said, because the bull was able to wall off that area, they've still got the advanced dwarf blocker, which is problematic for them.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to cede a fair amount of ground to wall up behind.
Mm.
And for starting your turn 4 almost in range, which that is, if you choose to cage up behind that dwarf, that's not a bad move that the Chaos Dwarves have made. They've got to, like all dwarf-based teams, even with a move 6 ball carrier, you've still got to make the ground at some point.
Yeah.
And you don't really want to be 8 out or even 6 out if you can avoid it, because anything that can dodge at all can still wall up in front of you and make that final turn just too difficult. The correct place to stall is, of course, on the line. I'll be back in 2 secs. I'm family required.
Strider's managed to recover fairly nicely from not bad position, but less than ideal position at least.
That is one prone human.
Yeah. Why are you zooming in on its ass?
I was looking what it was the helmet. I was wondering what was laying beside him.
Yes,
But
it's a helmet.
Yeah, but it's in the circle.
It's well known that in Blood Bowl, none of the humans were smart enough to learn how to do the chin strap up.
No, that's a hard one. How do you do that?
I mean, their helmets do look very loose.
It's like the hipster with his riding his bike with the helmet clearly not actually put on.
Mhm.
That's brilliant.
Right, I'm back.
Welcome in.
Not much had happened since you left.
No, not a huge amount.
But we'll see at
I
least
lost
one
that
mighty.
round. My poor 11-year-old is being sent to bed.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
It's 9:30. It's suitable time for 11 years old.
Yeah, but last day of term.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Oh, the summer holidays. I know,
and your
because of
summer
the slow
holiday.
apocalypse. Yeah, basically that's been on for the last 6 months because of the slow apocalypse. But
All right.
see, and there's that huge advantage in that bull with its guard, of course, is now a linchpin you can build and attack around. Blitzing things off it.
It does allow quite a lot of position, or pseudo position from Strider. Oh, there goes a lad.
And you can take risks in behind it because strength 4 it's really tough to move. And if you push it, of course, it's a guard still.
Mm.
But it is 2 block pieces though.
Yeah, not risking the apothecary there because obviously with a serious injury.
And 12 man.
And 12 men, it's pointless because there's 50%
mighty
chance
blow.
it does nothing at all.
Mighty blow for the win. I'm looking forward to the dodging dwarf to mark up the ogre again.
Dodgy.
Come on, it can do it, little fella.
It's got to be tried, hasn't it? I mean, there's almost no point in tying down the lineman.
Nah.
You're not risking a surf because no one's going to be foolish enough to devote the resources to a surf there. But
Absolutely not.
you may as well try and get off and get onto the ogre, which is obviously a great value piece to tie down.
Especially with
Something
it
that
being a
8990
blocky ogre.
Oh, is it a blocky ogre?
Yeah,
it's
it's good.
ogre.
It's really good to tie down so it doesn't get into
Oh, the
Black-
dodges.
Oh, it works. I love a dodging dwarf. You would
5
never
for-
expect it.
What is a
He
It's
could
a
have
4+. That's literally impossible. How do you do that?
he could have gone straight into the tackle zone. He didn't even need to go out and do a 2+ afterwards.
He added an unneeded go for it, didn't he? Why 4+2+ when you can just 5+?
It's easy, isn't it?
Same, isn't it? Isn't that the maths of it?
Yeah.
33. Nah, it's 41. It's a tiny bit better. It's like 7% better.
Yes, of course it is, because
But it's
weirdly
not
the
much.
maths don't work like they obviously should.
It's
There's
not
Stop
got
much
the
making
better.
sense.
disadvantage of the guard ball is it gets slammed by something that just has block.
Stop making sense.
But he did still again because strength 4 he needed to move an extra player around.
Yeah, so it's still, as you said, still putting that work in, still creating problems.
And it's not stunned, so it'll be back up. Getting another Garter down.
Knock down all the men's.
No,
Yeah.
it's the men's knocking down dwarves. Men's are standing.
They get knocked down, but they get up again. You're never going to keep them down.
Sometimes you will.
What piece he said.
More claw.
Yeah, sometimes you will.
More claw.
So what's our view on an ogre with block? I have to say, lately I've been fancying naked big guys.
Yeah, I've been playing human in this one as well. I took my big guy's naked, and then I got a catcher with guard instead on the double.
Yeah, I think that would be nice, particularly in Blood Bowl 2 with its super armored catchers.
Yeah, so you got dodge armor 8 pieces with guard. It's a pretty piece.
Yeah.
I don't hate taking guard on the ogre.
I just don't like it. It never
the
worked when
problem
you
is-
need them.
Yeah, the variance, of course. 1 in 6 turns it does nothing at all. And is that really where you want to invest your limited skills and then sometimes have to rely on it?
I like block because it turns them into a twat magnet, and that's what I use the ogre for. People want to hit him because they're like, it's armor 9, therefore I should keep hitting it because that makes the most sense. And then they hit it, and if they want a 9 off of it because it has block, then it's very, very useful because now someone has like 3 or 4 of his players stuck on one piece.
But you need
Chuck,
to.
I sense we play quite different people at tournaments.
Yes. well, we play in
But
London.
it's not a good point. If you're playing anybody good, like here, they at maximum just mark the big guy and otherwise leave it alone. It's not a track. It's a track magnet on the button tables, but Strider is not playing button tables.
Well, that is true. It's less and less useful as it goes on, but nevertheless, if you would get an ogre onto like 2 pieces, and he would have to, like, then they're low agility, I think it's a very useful piece to be on those pieces, because either he has to dedicate towards going to the ogre to get those pieces free,
But
or
you're still dedicating a quite a substantial part of your skill allowance to do that.
I don't think that the double would go anywhere else for me, to be honest. I understand the catcher with guard, but I don't think it's particularly that exciting for me. I can get enough guard anyway to make it not worthwhile.
It doesn't make you wet in your panty.
Does not.
No, but we know what to. The best 83 player in the game, thrower
Exactly.
in the game, makes
I've
it
named
wet.
I've named my human team this season the best AG3 catcher.
Oh my god! To be fair, I do like them with movement with the armor 8.
Well, it just makes the whole, like, I'm going to build one up to be a block, sidestep, diving tackle more viable, because not like someone could roll the power and then, oh, boom. It's quite statistically likely that it'll be removed.
I don't. The thing is, it's a light skill environment. I think the flexible mobile guard catcher is amazing at this level of skill base.
Yes, it really is.
It looks like we're going some herb, dub. What are you gonna do? We put
That's
all.
try and break down the side
Face
here.
my wall of power.
He got his guard.
Triple
But
guard.
really importantly, the pieces under direct threat are the strong ones.
Yeah.
And their guard is covering the weaker ones. So it is an incredibly imposing wall to try and get anything out of.
It's going to be difficult for Strider to get out of this now. Unless he's willing to roll
he got a 2D to start with on the first one with the thrower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can take the first ball down. That's doable.
And then
And
you do
you've
have
also got another
guard
guard piece you can bring around the side. So I mean, there is some damage you can do here, but again, it's that AV9 thick skull. If you could even get one stun out of it,
you put this.
you're going to have to put a lot of resources into getting those hits.
Oh, there's the one die.
Look, doing good work. Because that'd have been
That's
bad
fine.
if that was going.
The hobgoblin can still dodge off.
Why
Job done.
are you not?
Ooh, I don't like that.
No, but I guess where did
It's
actually go?
fine, really.
No,
He's
Got away with it. He had the reroll equity, didn't he? So
yeah, got
He had 4 rerolls and 4 turns. Plenty of
actually,
equity
Strider
there.
has the same. Why are you not following up to take the lineman out of the game? Because Strider is never dodging that lineman, besides if it's the last player.
I mean, he would dodge it, but as you said before, everything else would do its business first.
And now he can move it first piece.
Now this is a really, really key turn, because if he can actually halt the drive here, the dwarves are getting a little tight on time. Whereas if anything goes wrong here and the dwarves can pour through the gap remaining, then obviously humans are in a very bad spot.
Blitzer instead to do that block. I like that.
No, that's lovely.
Yeah, that's better.
Good player from Strider there.
But yeah, of course, the thrower works as assist as well. The last dwarf was the Mighty Blow dwarf, not another guard dwarf. I think ideally Meta had wanted that to be the guard dwarf.
But I mean, the ogre did do some reasonable work there, getting stuck on 2 of those dwarves.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't entirely sure.
No, there
I
was
love
only
leaving
one.
Hobgoblin there.
He put the second one in himself.
Yes, he did. That's true.
Like, to be fair,
But
like,
it could also, there's one very isolated over the other side as well.
yeah,
But he was trying to keep that ogre honest. Unfortunately, it just didn't quite work out.
There's the
Okay,
one
so we
die on
are
the
in a
wall.
ball hit situation. Very nicely worked.
That was a great turn from Strider.
It really is so far, yeah.
4+. Got plenty rerolls and
Gets the Poe.
And that's a catcher that can
Big
fight.
pow.
There's even a thrower as well, depending on the scatter.
Following.
This is an interesting choice. There's no room round the back. I think, yeah, exactly. I'd have chosen exactly there,
you
hoping
can,
for a
try.
bounce off one of the dwarves, but it didn't quite come off.
No, but
He's still got another chance to push something onto it.
Yeah, but you need to, unfortunately, because it's a catcher there. Yeah, you need to throw around.
I mean, yes, you're still looking at a possibility of a bounce out, which would still really mess the dwarves up.
Do you scatter?
Or just
he's going
something into a decent position. Yeah, just scatter the ball. See what happens.
And gets a chip.
Gets the KO as well. That's huge.
You apple that.
I'm
Chaos Dwarf.
Apple that straight away. It doesn't. And
that's a great scatter as well.
If that guard doesn't come back for the second half, that could be a huge game-changing decision right there. And the ball is exactly where the humans want it.
That's a great scatter for the humans.
They might actually might almost try to chain boost it.
Yeah, I was just thinking, if you pop the Hobgoblin in, there's a Blitz Bull chain, isn't there? Oh yeah.
Oh, you can just blitz with the Hobgoblin.
Yeah, but then you need to stand the other. I suppose you could just stand the
bull
bull
up.
up.
You could just stand up the bull. One of them
still leaves the Hobgoblin on the ground that you want there, and you can push the bull onto it.
Yep. Yeah. That's what I'm
Thus
thinking.
still allowing the Chaos Dwarf to do some hitting afterwards. I think that's a great plan.
But I still don't understand why letting your guard blitzer potentially be out for the next drive. Okay, he's
crazy. It's exactly what apoths are for in NAF. It's what they work. So you use it on a badly hurt, or you use it on a KO on a key piece, and you smile at death because you know they'll be back.
Yeah.
Plus, apothing on any kind of serious injury, obviously, is as bad as regen or as good as regen.
It's risky.
But you only get it the once.
I mean, in certain cases, it can be beneficial. Like if it's a critical piece to your game or to your win condition, you may need to Apo it.
I'm sure if a bull died, we'd see the Apo go straight in just to see if you can solve that huge problem.
Oh, that's a huge 1 in 9. Oh, that's a 1 in 8. Oh dear.
It's a 1 in 81 or whatever that math does work out to be, because that you can just multiply them. That's very, very harsh. At least the bulls were up. The plan did mean that they were standing, but of course it left the other Hobgoblin down.
Yeah, that
is very unfortunate.
Whilst you can never count Chaos Dwarves out with the amount of pace they've got, this is looking like they're not scoring to me.
I don't think
with the rain.
They're not. I don't think they're going to score here.
Well, this is all pretty simple now for Strider. Get the Chorf chained off the ball. Potentially. Pick it up.
Yeah, I think you can do even better than that.
And a stun Dwarf.
Not even sure you need to blitz the Chorf. There are some ways of doing it that just everything gets.
Nuffle doesn't exist, Dimber.
I was looking at
the blitz around the back could have hit that Chorf, but this, as you said, will definitely clear it.
This is better.
It also opens a whole window to go for the touchdown if you can pick it up.
Yep.
That's a bit annoying.
I have to say there was a way of getting both the bull and the Chaos Dwarf down without using your blitz and having it held elsewhere, if any of it went wrong. But this is still a very appropriate plan.
I like this plan better.
And should still achieve both of the aims, which is clear the ball and get it to hand.
Get ball put in hand.
That blitzer is a developable option. for the score.
I would have liked to see the free lineman move first because he can just move down and do things like if the pickup works.
Yes, the problem now is that lineman can't rush through as easily. It's a dodge
Yeah.
to get forward.
I'm not sure you want it. Like if you miss the pickup, you don't want the lineman down there. And the pickup is a
No.
4+.
It is.
Understandable. I think right now you're looking first of all to make sure that the Castle doesn't score. If you can score, it's just a bonus. That's not the
Yeah,
aim right
absolutely.
now.
It's in rain. It's always a worry to even try it.
Oh, chooses the catcher
He
pick.
got
And exactly that's why
he got 3 rerolls for 3 turns.
it's the 1 in 4.
It doesn't care about your hands. It's not really needed when it's probably your last dice. And the catcher is better if you actually want to go for the first down. But it's good scatter again for.
Very favourable scatters.
Could have gone forward, couldn't it?
Yep.
And I think with Strider, particularly knowing that guard is 50-50, if there's no score, it's 50-50, that guard does not see the second half. So 0-0 with a key guard off the field, I think Strider would have taken that at the start. So it's the time not to be greedy, but to secure what you've already got.
And the problem is the Dwarfs. I'll be tempted to, again, start with a 1 in 9 potential. I'll blitz with a bull into that garter so you can block the next one and get pressure down against the ball. Just block everybody forward.
Yeah, I absolutely. I see what you mean. I think that's
nothing
with
else.
the blitzer in the back. That's probably what you have to do.
Yeah, and then you can the hobgoblins
you haven't got a lot of room to finesse anything.
And hobgoblins.
If you're the Chaos Dwarfs, you're just looking to stabilize the drive at 0-0.
Just block and put pressure on those players because it's still 4+ and hope your next turn get a chance to try a freak pickup with a bull or something.
Yeah, still always a hope with the bull because they're more or less in range now. They're each one space short if they stand up.
Yeah,
so there's again
both
a
of
good
them
reason
should
why
be
you try and
blocking
move
you
them both forwards. Exactly.
Yeah.
They're still 9 away at that point, but they can go 9, so it just raises that slim chance. And while there's a hobgoblin and a reroll, there's always a chance.
And you could park or potentially park a guard by the sideline as well, which is always nice.
Again, from what looked like a really good position with that block ogre, the block ogre's actually taking down 3 dwarves right now.
It's in such a good spot.
It's doing an absolute captain's job. The last thing you ever want to do is try and move it or hit with it. You'll take those 1 dice with only 2 good outcomes, absolutely, because you've a good chance you tie at least a couple of dwarves up, even if he goes down.
Yeah, but one of them was the turn before. I still think the turn where he took the 1 dice on it, he should have kept that dwarf away and dodged the hobgoblin away as well. I don't
it's
know
not what
why
I would have done.
He was putting pressure on himself.
There was a dwarf there, keeping it honest. I think it was the mighty blow dwarf, wasn't it? And perhaps you wanted to get that back involved. But there's times to abandon it and say, it did its job. It took that blitzer out. And as you said, that guard would have been more use everywhere else. And then the hobgoblin dodges off.
Yeah.
All right, your flank collapsing, but when you're trying to push forwards, that's
not
the end of the world.
Why
is that insane?
I think it's questionable. I wouldn't call it insane.
It's it's insane. You push it down to the middle between the two, and you're moving your guard away, and then you're trying to dodge the other way away as the last thing. You got to reroll.
I think we may be looking at a bit of tilt from Matty. That's why he's probably probably did that.
You can push it away, so Garda was at least free.
That block is doing the thing again.
No, it's Matty doing the thing. It's a bloody fucking. He knows.
I'm gonna go benefit of the doubt. I'm gonna say that was because he wanted to get some equity back by mighty blow hitting the ogre. No, it's still a terrible plan, isn't it?
He could have.
I can't justify it.
He could have had both dwarves free, so the other guard dwarf could have been 1, 2, 3, 4. Could have been standing on the other lineman in there instead, and then the ogre had been standing with the mighty blow, which would be fine. That's a win-win.
Yep.
Oh my god, that's just.
Yeah, there's a bit of series of bad decisions to do with the ogre in the last few turns, which is odd because the dodging and remarking it we really liked.
There are no dice, only terrible decisions.
Told you Twat Magnet was useful.
Is it possible there are both?
No. I'm
Yeah,
gonna press X to doubt that.
and pushing the rules backwards.
I
Yeah.
don't have any specific problems with Blood Bowl hipsters. I wasn't sure Blood Bowl needed it.
The dice at every result until it has actually been thrown. Schrodinger's
Schrodinger's
dice.
dice.
Oh my god.
Jinx, show me a Coke.
I thought it was that you'd say Jinx and then Hargrim can't speak until you say his name. That would have been funnier. You shouldn't invoke those
No.
rules.
After primary school, we all gave up on the can't speak bit because I can't actually force that to happen, can I?
No.
Whereas I can come around his house, hold him upside down, get some money out of his pockets, and insist on buying a Coke. That is a real thing.
If you can
I think you probably could literally just pick me up, turn me around, and shake the money out of my pockets.
The problem is you have to bend down to grab him.
Yeah, there is that.
You can just run around under my incredibly increasing girth,
Or are you growing that dwarf beer belly?
like mice past lions. Mine is entirely due to the slow apocalypse and the fact I've ceased to move.
Moving's for suckers, anyways.
I've found somewhere I like. I shall stay here now.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so the humans, they obviously want to try and pick the ball up, but are they going to try and develop any kind of scoring option? It looks very tricky, as he said, massively understating it. You can come down the sideline.
That's the one dice on the hobgoblin you might think about.
No, there's 2 guards on it. Even with the catcher, you can get 2 dice on a hobgoblin. But you need
Oh,
a
you
power
need to
get
blitz
past
it,
those guards.
but you need to blitz it that way. You could take the
You
one dice
do need-
first to see with
You-
block from the blitzer if you wanted to.
You need to be careful, though, because that one Bill Centaur is still in range.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why he's thinking.
That's what I was thinking, and it might be worth a little nudge there and using your reroll because it absolutely secures what you've got.
Yep.
Nope. It goes nothing.
Down he goes.
Okay, he's going with the 2 dice, and interestingly, with the thrower, I thought he was going to pick up with the thrower and
Nah,
do
we're
that.
back to
2
the
dice
2
with the runner.
rerolls.
Okay, he's using it to screen. I see.
Yeah.
So now it's a catcher, pick up, and run.
There you go.
There
You
we
have
go.
to double go for it, though, but you're fine with that.
Yeah, you want to be far away from all the dwarves, really. So running away isn't a bad thing.
He needs one more square to be in range, though.
Yeah, and I'm really. Oh, it's
But he
not
didn't
in-
go for it. That's very
So he's not
weird.
scoring. He's not scoring, then.
with a reroll.
No, isn't he in? Isn't he just in?
He is in range.
Yeah, he's in range. Yeah.
Am I
Yeah, he
miscounting?
Yes.
He's go for it, but he is in range.
11, 10.
But
Yeah, he's just in range.
But he's also. I don't like him. The problem is that being by the sideline is also potentially the only thing that can make him not score.
Yes, I know, but he's also out of range of those dwarves.
Yeah, but he's
Which-
not out of range
He's
of
not
the
out
bull.
of range of the bill.
So it doesn't really
No.
matter. He's not out.
No, the bull can still get there, although it's got to go a slightly longer road to get around the lineman, and bull go for its do fail. I still would have gone that one more because now he is pushable out of range,
Yeah,
and he still had the reroll at that point, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
And
used
also,
to-
Doing another go for it there was probably the right
I
decision.
know, and this is the problem. If you put block on your ogre, it means you've got a hit fix with it.
Yep.
And I think it would have been better to not hit anything that turn, because then probably the dwarves, considering what they've done so far, are going to try and hit the ogre rather than, whereas they can now, at least put a tackle zone on the ball.
You can get 3 dice on the ball carrier this turn.
Yes, you probably don't need to though. You just need to push it out of range, and the ball can do that on his own.
Yeah, but you want to try and convert this into a score as well, don't you?
It's a bit high. It's
I think your only chance at that is knocking the ball carrier towards the edge and hoping for a bounce forwards.
Yeah, out and forward.
And even then, you know, the only bull in range to score is tied up on 2 players, so he's not going anywhere with
Yeah,
that.
if it's free. Oh shit.
He's going for the 3 die.
And he
Oh, never
snakes it,
mind.
Just not smart again.
but it's
Just needed a push, although that would have failed even with the bull because the bull needed go for it. But
yeah.
I just think that was another poor choice.
But the thing was actually if the ball was down there and free, at least you could have made it into 1 tackle zone and then out in nothing. So it's not completely bad. But now it's terrible.
Now
Well,
it's
it
just
should be
a
score.
trivial score for Strider.
The only
Strider
question is, does he
is
hit anything else first?
It doesn't.
Exactly.
Strider will turn around.
He can, I was going to say he could have got a mighty blow hit on a hobgoblin, but instead just prioritises the score like a true pro.
You want to keep the reroll in case you fail a go for it. You don't want to risk it on a double skull.
I'm very disappointed that he didn't turn around and immediately snake his go for it, because that would have been true justice.
Well,
Really?
the guard
Because
comes
the
back.
Chaos Dwarf snake go for it's on a move they shouldn't have been doing?
Yes, precisely.
If they'd been blitzing with the bull, which is all they needed just to push it 1 square out of range, then I would have felt sorry for the go for it fail. But trying to get a 3rd dice on it for no good reason, I don't understand.
Purple Chest is cruel, but after all, I think we should say he's fair. Like God.
He is truly a just and fair god.
I speak as I find. I'm sorry if people are finding this harsh.
Can't believe it. He's BMing. Utter BM there from PC. You know what? Being on Blood Bowl 2 has changed him as a man.
No, I've always been me.
It was 1, 2, 3. Strider left. It was 3 go for it with the bull, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was. So, yes, I mean, technically the same go for it would have failed on the bull.
Yeah,
but that's not what we're looking at.
Not failed on a bad plan.
Yeah, you're making 2 extra go for it, so you have to make 5 go for it to make it 3 dice instead of 2. That's definitely not worth it.
And the bull would have been a sure feat reroll, meaning that if it had worked the first reroll, you would still have had another one for the next 2 go for it.
Yeah.
So it was just so much better a plan.
And the block is, and to be fair, you could have
lived out by someone like that.
And you could have lived with both down as well, so you literally needed not to double skull the block.
Yeah. And your odds of getting there were so much better. But oh well. Now this is an interesting defense, and by interesting I mean terrible.
Did the dwarf wake up, by the way? Yeah.
Yes, he got back.
Yes, the dwarf did get back. So we are a full team facing a full team, 11v11.
Yeah.
Human favor, though, I'd argue.
Okay, this is a slightly better plan. I personally prefer putting a disposable hobgoblin on the line. And if I go down to 10, I lose a hobgoblin. It's not the end of the world.
You'd rather not get the random dwarf. Yeah.
I guess when you still have apples, so if it's a KO, which is more, it's not that likely anything happens, and if it's a KO, you can.
It's more about not having a guard. I mean, and sometimes I actually want a guard on the line of scrimmage to be knocked down and get up as a central fulcrum, but I'm not sure here I would want a guard stuck up on the line of scrimmage when I've got 2 dwarf guards only. I think I'd want them both in the backfield.
And the thing is, Matt doesn't even. He needs to stop him and turn him over. He also needs the ball and scoring. But he doesn't need to do it twice, so he has the whole half to do it. He just needs to do it once.
Well, no, because the draw is good enough to Strider, yeah?
No.
Oh, sorry, for Matty.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He has the whole half. So he's not in a hurry. It'd been worse if it's been the other way around. Like, it's been horrible if Mata had scored in his drive, and Strider needed to score and score again.
Yeah.
So
I mean, if you're Strider, you don't even have to score.
Yeah. But
no, I mean you can full to accurate, can't you? You can just take the ball and run.
The problem is 83 half movement 6-7 is not It's not as fun as full backing with as 84 pieces. So you also
but
need
Chaos
to.
Dwarves, it's only the balls that are going
dear.
to really taste you.
Oh, dear.
A blitz comes.
Oh.
That's going to keep this game honest.
Yeah, but it's about the kick doesn't matter. That's not important. The ball.
It's the blitz.
Yeah, it's the
Can
whole
the
getting
bull get
pressure.
there?
The bull can get to a square where it could potentially mark the ball, depending on
Yes,
scatter.
it can put a tackle zone on where the ball's supposed to land, and I think you've got to 1-0 down at this point.
Yeah.
Now, because he's so short of guard, because one of them stuck up on the line. If there'd been another guard where the Hobgoblin is in the defended second rank of the Chevrons,
It's been brilliant.
that could have given an assist. He could then have blitzed with the mighty blow on the lineman right on the far right edge, and that would have given the bull the route out around him.
He might
So
use
that's why I would
the.
have kept that guard in the backfield, giving me a guard that could go each way.
He might still do it.
Yeah, but coming from this side, the defense screen's better because of the two
No,
linemen at diagonal.
he might do it with just putting the Hobgoblin down as assist anyway.
Yeah, but then that's one less Hobgoblin
Yeah,
either
no,
mobile or
kind
coming up to threaten the ball.
But I think he kind of needed. As we'll see.
It's also.
I don't mind overloading the left. It means he can centralise that other bull.
Yeah, he bloody hell better do.
Yeah.
Before he rolls any roly cubes. Potentially, the only thing you could think about is.
Simple little move central, that's all it needs.
Nope.
A little central nudge.
Nope. It's not getting it. But this is not surprising.
That's
No.
problematic.
No, it's fine.
No, that's fine.
You need. It doesn't matter too much. It's a scattering ball anyway. You cannot get under it. But that would be really.
No, I mean you would rather have been directly in front of it, and here you will be one to the
Yeah,
side.
but you need to do that go for it because you need to tie that player down as well.
Yeah.
And now.
Well, as I said, if a guard had been able to be put there, which it should have been able to be put there, this would all have been so much easier.
But now, I would imagine is he going? He could also go full in on. It's hard because if he needs to pick up the ball and hand off, so like.
So what, you're thinking of moving the other ball round the edge too?
Yeah, it's bloody dangerous, but.
Bloody dangerous. If he sweeps that line of scrimmage away, he's in a very dominant position.
Yeah, but it's still.
Going for it. We're seeing both. Oh no, okay.
Yeah.
I don't hate that. I don't hate that.
Yeah, he's really monstered that side now, and the other side does look fairly locked down, so it's only the mid he's got to worry about.
But a bit of luck, the ball lands on him.
Well, he failed the catch.
Lovely.
It's still good, and in front of him it's the perfect.
If the guard had been there to be in the position where the mighty blitzer ended up, then that Hobgoblin wouldn't have to be where it was, and you could have stood directly in front of the bounce. And now the ball would be beside you, with you between the humans and the ball.
Yeah,
so I still that would have been better. But as a turn for what it was, I think I like the position the Chaos Dwarves have ended in. I think that was well done. So now, how much control of this line of scrimmage can the humans take? Or are they going to try and free some people up?
Oh, sugar! That's a quad.
What are you doing? That's quad.
I mean, it was absolutely the right decision to make, but damn.
Can he free
Bad
up that
luck and also get fucked.
Can he free up that Hobgoblin now?
Yes.
Yeah. Ooh, it's a bit of work though.
Game is back on.
I mean, I see absolutely no reason why you don't free up the other bull.
Yeah, you need that.
Get it up there.
Yeah,
get it up there on the other two ones. So yeah, this is how it starts. And the Hobgoblin frees the bull.
And
Probably
KO
bringing
as
it
well.
down the back and knocking it towards the line of scrimmage. Surely at this point.
I apple that. I would apple that. It's aggressive, but I would apple that.
He's taking his time. That's all right. He
There
did
you
it.
go. There you go.
It was not immediately. He actually stopped up and thought about it.
Yeah, I can see why. It's a very useless piece and it's miles from the ball. And if this goes horribly wrong, it won't be involved in the drives. But
It's
Perhaps
also about
thinking
keeping
about
it,
equity for the next drive.
because there will have to be a next drive.
Well, if the Bulls,
Yeah,
if the Bull gets that
we still
ball,
got rain.
it's probably going to have to score.
Yeah.
So here I like the Hobgoblin blitz on the last piece marking that bull. The other option, of course, is the bull just blitzes it off and runs.
I think you do
then
the
it-
build blitz here, because it means you can use that Hobgoblin to tag out the thrower. You could do that anyways, but
1, 2, 3,
it also
4.
means
Yeah, I mean, you
build
can still get where I'd want to be with the
Yeah.
5 spaces left. You don't need to only go for it. You've created something now to push that human onto, so that's all the better. No, he is doing it this way. And I don't like that. If he'd gone round the back and pushed it towards
the
where
dwarves.
the line dwarves are,
Yeah.
then the Hobgoblin could still have run off afterwards, knowing that human was tagged.
Now he needs to tag the humans himself.
he needs to keep
now that
line
Hobgoblin's
back.
going to have to stay right there.
It does mean he can still bring the bull in to tag out both the thrower and the catcher.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a
But
fairly trivial 2-die block to clear a Hobgoblin for the pickup, and if you're feeling particularly greedy.
Why is it a 2 dice? He has a little
I
issue
don't
at
think it's a 1. I think it's a 1 dice.
Is a Juan Diaz.
Yeah, he needs to block. Potentially need to do a one dice with the guard to make it to free up stuff to make it a 2 dice, and it's coming there. I'm like,
Yeah.
because that's his
Yeah,
best option
this
to
is
start.
lovely. This is a nice.
Oh, and he
That was the
removes
right
a place
place.
as well.
Oh, right place to start the chain,
Yeah,
and it's paid off big time.
but that's the only logical way to start it off. It also free up another. Oh, now the Hobgoblin needs to attack it. I was about to say it's been perfect with a push down there, because then one of the Hobgoblins will probably be free.
Imber, you use the Hobgoblin. You use the Hobgoblin here. Okay, apparently not.
Oh, he's going for the
No,
line.
that's odd. I would have, definitely hit the
He's going for the bull.
definitely hit the lineman and gone for it with the Hobgoblin, but the bull's going to go for the 5+.
Yep,
He's got the re-roll.
I don't like, and the thing is, even if he doesn't pick it up because of this, the humans are not going anywhere. Like they're not
No,
going
one of those
forward.
is a catcher back there, so it can get off fairly easily. But the thrower, that's a tougher proposition.
Oh, goes for the reroll. And fails the pickup.
Ooh, and that's the worst place.
That's the worst possible scatter.
Yeah, that's not ideal. Still a 4+ for the catcher to pick it up.
5.
5, you're right, yeah.
Rain
tackle zone.
What's it? The battle hurdle.
So you still ideally want to be moving the bull, and that doesn't look easy.
No, it was an MNG on the blitzer that got
He's
casualty.
probably not too bad about it.
No, you wouldn't apple the MNG anyways.
You might at this stage, just because it's such a tight game, you might definitely think about it. But no, probably not.
I don't think it would. Absolutely not on
It's
side. Absolutely not.
If you haven't spotted, it's a resurrection. So it doesn't matter. Missning's game in itself doesn't matter. But Missning's game being it's a 4+ to get it back, where Chaos and Battle Hurts is sure thing. Yeah, I guess you hadn't spotted that. That's why there's randomly only one skill player that has skill ups.
Yeah, that's bad, considering how many of us there are. Someone at some point should have mentioned what we are watching.
We did that, but
Well,
it's
it's
a
in
long
the
time
title.
ago, and it's long time years back. That's not everybody knows what it is. So it's years back. It's a team tournament that's been going on, and this is the final game on the top table, and the Chaos Dwarf team just needs a draw, where the human team needs a win for their team to win it overall. And it's Resurrection.
Goes for the Juan Diaz.
And
Gets the Poe.
Yeah, it makes a little more sense now.
Oh! Oh dear!
It doesn't really
Well, that's
matter.
You
not
apple that? I don't know if I would apple that.
No, because it's
No,
he's fine with
can't
a
really.
draw.
It's not relevant to what's happening.
But that's an important big up coming up.
I don't think you even have to go for the pickup here.
Yeah, you have.
Why?
The rude
You
thing there
probably
is always
miss
that it was a single dice. Yes, he has to.
If it's otherwise, it's a scatter. It's a power and a scatter away from being totally free again. And if
if you look at this right hand flank just on the LOS near the ball, there's a big overpowering there, which is going to free up something fairly easily. Quite possibly 2 hobgoblins are going to be free next turn.
yeah, that's
Problematic.
everybody wants a dead bull. That's right.
Yeah, Obsidian, everyone hates dead bills.
I mean, they're right up there with wolves and war dancers, aren't they? The things everyone loves to
Dead
see
War
die.
Dancer is just one of the most beautiful things to behold.
I'm looking
I
forward
think
to
that's top of everyone's tree is a dead war dancer. Surely I would say a wolf is second, above even a bull
Oh,
sentinel.
6/6 will do it.
Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy.
Of course, one more and he is declared the devil.
There was one more. He rolled a 6 on the casualty just before. It was actually 6, 5, 6,
Yes,
3,
no, you're
6,
absolutely
6,
right.
6. That was quite
There's
a lot of
been
6s.
way too many 6s going on here in general.
I think.
Rigged. The
after-
system is rigged.
Oh, there's one more.
Okay. That's all
yeah.
the 6s.
Well, that's
And
a
that
good.
was that human that we said should have been better tied up on the 2 dwarves than it could have been pushed on.
Exactly.
So now
So
it's,
these little tiny decisions do come back to haunt you.
yeah, it's going to be hard to get a guard down there now.
Really hard. Like, not possible. Unless you're willing to 4+ it.
There also just aren't enough guards because 2 mighty blows. And with one guard that went off and
2
wasn't.
guard.
Are you actually hit? It's a question if you even want to now, or you're just going to hit tackle mighty blow again.
I was going to say there was a way if the hobgoblin had hit that human and got a pow, and then of course another 1 die on the ogre. There was a guard that could have been got free, but it doesn't seem a priority.
It's a non-blocked play. You might just go. You might go for the 1 dice.
Yeah, I might just go for it with a hobgoblin.
And
You
say
can
fuck it
cancel
on
the
both
assist
down is
easily enough.
fine. Yeah,
Again, he has to get this ball. He needs to turn it over, and sometimes that means you've got to use your rerolls and just
Very aggressive.
You've got to do have lucky outcomes as one of the options.
Yeah.
Passive play is not going to get you lucky.
Yeah,
No.
I think everybody Kill Bill agrees on it was quite questionable why he didn't free up the hobgoblin that turn instead of blocking with it.
Yeah. To do the pickup.
Yeah.
Or at least stand by the ball and then do the pickup with the bull. Either way,
Yeah,
but just
that's-
another warm body where the ball is never a bad thing.
So which one are you, if you're going for the 1 dice, which side are you Are you pushing it out in potential freedom, or are you pushing it in against where the bull is?
Well, you have potential recovery if you come in with the
Yeah.
hobgoblin that was Strider's right flank.
Depending on the
So I
scat.
think that's it. Yeah. That's why I
I
said
would
potential
definitely-
recovery.
Yeah, I would definitely be pushing it towards the bull.
Now you. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, that's
Okay, you
still,
can still
now
do it. You can still do it.
you had potential recovery from both sides.
Yeah. But
now
I
you
think
have a hole to
the recovery on
Nope.
Strider's left is better for Matsi than on Strider's right.
Oh,
He's again chosen to come in from the other side. I'm a fool, I know nothing.
oh, another 6-place rider.
Oh,
I'd love to
hey!
see that.
Easy!
Oh my
Easy.
god. Easy peasy strider. Freezy.
Presumably you're a huge fan of this blitz that's just caught the ball, Korg, because I know you love Mighty Blow in general in NAF builds, and Tackle is another skill you're a huge fan of. So presumably
to
you
be
think
fair,
that blitz is just perfect.
humans and Camry is 2 of the teams where it fits in, because you have the skill to do it with.
Yeah. And Tackle, whilst I know you don't love it, if you add Mighty Blow to it, there's some teams it can really dominate.
Now it's trivial for Strider to get out of this.
I still need to roll some dice.
Yeah, I was going to say,
That
trivial's an interesting word there.
Well, because of the Ogre block, he's now got a 2-die blitz on the Hobgoblin
Yeah,
to get
backwards.
straight down. Yeah, backwards. But do you really care if you're moving backwards or forwards?
It's
No.
still a bit.
Problems.
Kill build, a 1 in 9, yeah, would have been bad. That was a 1 in 9.
No, it's just how does it? It's more like if you on like the dwarf. The dwarf have 6 players. They're a bad team because they have tackle. Wood Elf has Dark Elf has 5 skills. If you take tackle, one of your 5 skills is 20% of your skills are on that. And there's no guarantee you're actually going to meet anything that has dodge in any of your 5 or 6 games. It's a lot of eggs to put in a basket you're not sure you're going to use. So like on Undead, I prefer taking Wrestle Ghouls for the same reason and guard my whites instead, because guard is useful in any matchups. And Mighty Blow is fine, but Mighty Blow is not... The percentage Mighty Blow adds for a lot of teams compared to what again a guard skill gives you on a dwarf team. Like I go all guard with my dwarves because if I have a Mighty Blow, I need to use the Mighty Blow to get equity. No, don't say equity. Get any value out of having picking Mighty Blow. I need to use it.
Yeah, I mean, the counter to that argument, of course, and why we do see it on Khemri and on humans, is that
They need it.
if as a human they need it, yeah, they need the help. Particularly as humans, if you're going to end up towards the top end of a tournament, especially, you're going to be facing elf builds, and there you're going to really struggle to tie down their dodge. So at least if you've got someone that can start slaughtering a few elves for you, or where you can get in and make a dodge, actually make them need to roll some dice rather than just laugh at anyone and re-roll it because of dodge.
There's also the
It can
difference.
really help.
Humans has a lot more skills to use than
Yes.
85 and Undead. So it's
Yes, and can often stack.
No, it's just because Tiu is overusing the words. I'm trying not to say it all the time. I'm just trying to balance out stuff.
I think
The Greek.
tackle and mighty blow are very dependent on what sort of meta and what sort of teams you're expecting to meet, unlike the top tables. If you're a competitive team that's going to a tournament to win, you have to look at, well, what is the potential to meet teams that have a lot of dodge or have a lot of, dodge and low armor values. So if you're expecting to meet a lot of wood elves, Amazons, dark elves, then I think it's not a terrible shout. But if you're not, then there's no point. Then you're better off taking something like Wrestle or Guard, in the case of Undead, for example.
5, 6, that's
Yes,
2
in
dice on
the
board.
London League, back when we used to play tournaments, in the London League in 2019, there were 10 tournaments. And almost all of the rule sets looked fantastic for elves. So I built
Built lots of, I think, anti-elf stuff. Yeah, but I can see why he doesn't. It's quite a lot of using 50% of your rerolls on that is a lot. But it is, and it's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's still 3 go for it for. It's 3 go for it if you want to get 2 dice on the ball, and if it's not even sure. But Discord died for you as well. Is I'm all alone in the Discord? Oh. Let me try something. That challenge seems to be dead. Oh, and he's not been good friends with the Gophers. And I'm trying to save my Discord meanwhile. So sorry for getting you a little bit sidetracked. Yeah, Discord is... Oh, 1 in 9s! Oh la la, that could be game. That could be game. You got support, you got players and support. Yep. Oh, I'm freestyle. That's pretty unlucky. He's been having some bad 1-in-9s with those hobos. Just the pushes have been awful for Strider. Yeah, he could. I would probably I would personally probably prefer trying to get away. So if something should happen, you don't risk losing the ball down here, where there's 2 hobgoblins around. So I would probably personally prefer getting upfield up here somewhere. Yeah, Pete, that's right, but I think overall he cannot complain. Let's put it that way. Oh, and like that again, that could have been... If that's a 1-in-9, he potentially needs all that. That could be the last ditch if it been. And the turn before where Strider had the pause and everything. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The Chove cannot reach. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4. That cannot reach either. But he can get bodies around the ball now. That's a bit dubious. That's the problem again. That block. You want to use the block. Yeah, me neither. But that's the problem having block and thinking it's safe. But who cares? Just 3+ away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He needs to get everything in. Yeah, you didn't need to go forward there. Good spots, I know. And he's been really good at dodging. Oh, and another dodge. His Strider's a dodging machine today. I think you're blitzing. I think I blitzed the thrower. And getting people, as many people as possible in around. But yeah, push means you can potentially actually go for the do stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, it's not really. Is that? What is that giving you? What is that giving you? Okay, get up in front. Yeah. In and hope he 1-in-9s. And now you need to do some go for it. It's not been his favorite. It's not been his favorite. Oh. Ah. Marking 2. If you can do 4 go for it, I think it's alright. If you can tag both the back corners. which I don't like giving him the free throw, which just leaves him a free block. But if you can tag him, if it's if he can, if he does that. Oh, I don't know about that though. I prefer leaving it to the serve, but on the other hand, I mean it's hard to put it. Hmm. Hmm. Here comes the block, the big boy. That's not really helping. It frees up guards and guy can run around to the backside. But it's not really giving him much otherwise. He really could have used the yellow thing. Oh, otherwise now it's a 3+ to get the guard. Which is probably what seems likely. Getting the guard out and blitz free with the mighty blow. I wonder. Oh yeah, but blocking with him is a 3+ anyway. I just rather wanna have the ball kind of thing. I'd rather wanna have the guard up there if you're going that way, but you might also not. It depends a bit where you wanna go. Yeah, I think I prefer having him up there. No, it's not Donkey. It's just the game ends in a draw. But the thing is, the Chaos Dwarf team wins the game. It's final in quotation marks because it's the final game on the table. And the Chaos Dwarf team will win on a draw, which is not looking particularly likely either. Oh, you can blitz. Ooh, okay. That's an option as well. 3+ works. Are you surfing him and just staying? Oh, no. That's what he's thinking. Either you're 3+ away, or you're staying and surfing. He's dodging away. I guess it's fine. Catcher can get away on the 3+ as well.
And there was much rejoicing.
Oh, welcome back to kill. And his Strider's not into business of missing 3+s tonight, so that's a good thing. That's a good one. Maybe the humans have been sitting around waiting for it to start raining. Oh, it's at the stock alert time. I have no clue why it does it. Loot box. Well done. It's fine, you just go for it. Ooh. Oh, the catcher just makes it just in time. Oh, and it took... Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that's... We can chain twist this one forward. One. Then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So just still I go for it. Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Yeah, that's. Yeah, I agree, but it's still really hard for the Dwarf to do anything. It's really hard to do anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You block guard, you mark with 1, you dodge into attack zone with other 1, roll your 6, 1 dice out the sideline, punch down here. Everything flag. Cannot see you do anything else. Yeah, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You could try a cheeky chain twist, but it's not helping you much, so you might as well. I'm a fan of trying to free up, so you can get both down there. Look like it's not helping you much, I guess. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess it's into 1 tackle zone instead of 2 if you can chain twist and forward. And you don't need the assist anyway then. But you bloody needs to go out. Yes, that's another problem. Oh, push pow. But yes, it's a 5+. What? Okay, so he's just relying on. And he got it. So he's just relying on double tacking and hoping Strider fails something. I'm pretty sure Strider needs to win it, but he's also currently winning it. That's at least what they were saying. As Strider needed to win the game. But you're also currently winning, so that's fine. It's a 3+, that could fail. It's I've failed plenty 3+s to win games. Just that. And you're going to the sideline. I might even yeah. I'll be tempted to do the 1 dice. I'll yeah, ask the Chaos Dwarf. I mean, yeah, might as well. I'm gonna ask the Chaos Dwarf about 1 in 9s. You might as well go for the win then. Yeah, definitely. But he's... how far back? Phew. Okay, so he's trying to secure the hobgoblin, so if the dodge fails, I think he must go for the touchdown now. That's nothing down here that's worth even looking at. Yeah, that's good. No, if the dodge fails, then this hobgoblin needs to be blitz free to do stuff. I'll let Matt in there chatting. That's... chatting and having no respect for the people watching. Probably so they can scatter cats by a player. What? Oh, is it has one of them lost connection? Oh fucks. Oh, it's a disconnect. Here it comes. He's back in 124. Makes the 1 in 9. Whew. Rolled another 6. We can just call him Mr. 6. Champs for life. At least Nikolai is finally winning something. It's been an interesting game. So now you need to one turn with a Dwarf. Come on. It's movement 9, you're one turning with a Dwarf. The rain could go away. The rain can go away. Yeah, I think Strider played better as well. But he can for sure not complain. He could easily have been worse off from... if that bull picks it up and score, then it's a completely different game. Wait, the reroll. But again, there should have been more players down around the ball. Yeah, I played okay. I think there's more some things I've wondered about meta. There was the whole thing with keep piling more Dwarf into the Ogre and the play not getting more players free from the line of scrimmage to get down around the ball. See, quick snap, it's been perfect. If he'd just gone for the one turn. So I think at least it was easier to see spot some things Matthew could have done differently, I think. Oh. There's still nothing more I can do, it's just run out. I'll do it first. Yes. If that fails, it doesn't matter. You need to score in 2 turns. There's no, like, he's just risking a double skull. And that push direction means that that mighty blow potentially is getting tagged if you're not using that fast. So he needs to blitz now. Works though. I don't like that either. Especially now he's done. I think he should have been this side and then he should have moved forward. Now he needs to go in there, lose some movement. And then you send one hobgoblin forward so you have a scoring threat. In one of the sides at least. Yeah, probably, but that's wrong. You could get a blitz again. Yeah, okay, it's fine. Get scoring threats. Go to the hobgoblin play instead. I don't hate that. In Resurrection, where it doesn't cost you anything to keep playing for the win. Like, I've seen crazier thing happens than this. For fuck's sake. Oh, he's running out. Oh, come on. I'm re-rolling that. I'm not sure about that. Oh well. Another dice that could have gone otherwise. And that was the last of my cider. Yeah, it's shit no matter what. I was just thinking, because you got 3 scoring threats, I might have not re-rolled it, because you could hopefully save it for the blitz turn. Because I don't think the humans are getting to it. Let's be honest, Squirrel Dude, both options are pretty shit. No matter how we and he's not really been able to roll a 4+. But Strider is doing one more there. Can he... Oh, he blitzed for the ogre, that's why he rerolled it. I think you put assist 1 then, and we can still just chain push it away. Ooh. Can you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? That's fine. So you blitz. That's a bit. Block, block, block. So you can free up. Yeah, okay, you can free up a blitzer there. So you can free up the mighty blow to blitz. And then you can use the assist down there. Oh, you can just block with him actually. Doesn't even need assist. Because you can just pull the bull back. The bull can just go back being assist. That's better. Hobgoblin around the top. Oh, it's a catcher for fuck's sake. You can just block it. It doesn't matter. Getting tired. Around the top. Might as well move somewhere. I guess if you're going for the win, you might as well just do the blocking and hope to take out players. I don't hate it, this is only double skull that's bad. So I think I'll do the blocks up here. Just to get rid of some players. Up, and now the bull into the end zone so you can scatter it over to him if you fail to go for it. Hey. Now all he needs is a blitz and a pickup. I don't like that. Yeah, if he sets up on the line of scrimmage, he's done on the blitz as well. Because now you just mark. Yeah, right works better now because if he gets a blitz, he's fucked because Strider is just marking everybody, and then nobody can move on the blitz. That's terrible. You need to be one square backward, mate. Oh, that's seriously. I'm going to laugh my ass off if everybody's marked and he gets a blitz. Like, somebody needs to tell him that. So you're just pushed it from being a blitz or a riot to being just a riot. Oh my god, what are you doing? There's two in the sides as well, but there should still be one square backward. Oh, maybe Discord is up again. It's still all bad as long as they're on the line of scrimmage. Is Discord? Alright. Nope. Users are beginning to be able to connect, and the upstream internet issues appear to be recurring. Oh la la, that's been having a massive problem. But this is just horrible. This is just terrible play. Like, there's no excuse for. Yeah, I'm not in yet. There's no excuse for this. He's already stayed like that. He needs a riot now. Come on, roll the blitz and we can laugh. Our perfect defense. That doesn't change anything. And actually, what you could, if anything, you put the bull in the middle of the formation so you can try the one turn. I'm still not in Discord. Yeah. Congrats to Pete, Strider, and Triple Skull. Oh, 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 oh. Yep, he should set up for the one turner. No, he got a turn 16. He should definitely set up for the one turner. And if Strider somehow made something stupid, he had a chance. But congratulations to Strider, Pete, and Triple Scott again. We can.
And there was much rejoicing.
Or Strider do something else stupid, like roll a double skull or something. But yeah. Starting to get back in. I'm not back in. Stupid Discord. Yeah, he could. But that's not funny. It's too bad it's not like on Fumble where the guys can hear it. Hey, I'm into my own Discord again. Back on Discord. But congratulations to Mr. Six. It's bad I cannot change his Fumble name. Or his NAF name to that.
Hello, hello.
Hello. Mr. Six in the chat.
We are the champions.
I'm a little bit. You cannot just make it actually Nikolai win something. That's
Huh?
ruining all the fun with Nikolai actually winning something.
You know, that's why he had to get me in his team.
Make sure
No,
you
no,
win.
just kidding.
Yeah, congratulations, mate. I think you deserve the win in this one.
Well, I mean, I was able to profit more from his bad dice than he was from mine, right? So
Yeah, and and when you needed the right dice, you also seemed to get the right thing at the right time. Yeah, more than he did. But I also think
he had a lot of dodges that needed to work, and they worked. That was pretty good.
yeah, and I also there's some things I didn't understand. Like he did go for the lonely bull pickup instead of trying to get more players down to the ball. Um,
Yeah, I also thought he should pick it up with the goblin. He would have easily gotten there without Gopher to pick it up with the goblin, and if he fails, he has two players next to the ball.
yeah, we didn't
That's what the
understand.
main thing I didn't understand. I think.
Yeah, and I think in first half he kept putting more players on the ogre instead of just leaving it alone with one dwarf. I didn't understand that either. He was kept helping you make the ogre into a trap magnet. I was a bit confused
Yeah,
by that strategy.
yeah, because at the first two turns he kind of tried to isolate it pretty well, and then I thought I invested blitz to get the ogre back in the game, and that was really helping then to
He had
get a bit.
he had a turn where he put a dwarf more over to it, so he could get it one diced, and the next turn he decided to push it, so he could one dice it once more or dodge away instead of just free up one and dodge the other way away to get more pressure on you. There's some weird things, but yeah.
Yeah, but I mean it was pretty close still. But that double skull, a quad skull after the blitz, that made me worry.
Yeah, I can
I mean,
understand.
also the problem is if he picks it up with the bull, he can only score right away, right?
Yeah, that's
If he
another
picks
thing.
it up with the hobgoblin, he can actually even try to stall because he only needs to tie. He doesn't need to win. So if
Yeah,
he just scores with the bull, it's not even that bad for me because I just then kind of start again with 7 turns with only 2 rerolls, but there's still my drive and I can drive for the win, right? So yeah.
Discord's finally come back on.
we can hear the beautiful voice of PC in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, what did you have? You had 18 successful dodges and 6 failed. That's pretty good without having
Wait,
much to back.
18 and 6 failed?
Yeah, that's 75%. That's all right.
Yeah, that's pretty good, yeah.
And
Yeah,
that's
that was pretty good. Mm.
especially there was not many dodge rolls with dodge skill happening. I'll be happy with 75 with Amazons against dwarves.
I think two were with the catcher actually, one
Yeah,
and
but
then
one at
another
least.
one with the catcher from tackle. But yeah, I mean, and there were like 3 with the ball carrier, right? But you know, in my third round, I did one. I did really the very first dodge I did was in turn 7 to get into safety against Pro Elves, and it
yeah,
failed, and it cost me the game. So yeah, now followed me a couple dodges, successful ones. I
and
thought this,
you got a bit to spare then.
yeah.
No, it's a good
So
game. It was more. It was a bit mad. It was not as mad as Nikolai's game with Sparticle, which was absolutely bonkers.
oh yeah, I still need to watch that replay. By the way, I haven't even watched that yet. I only caught a bit of it. The first half I caught on the stream, but then I was
Uh,
yeah,
I'll
then I was
say
out. So
it was a bit of a mad one.
yep, and then the other game was also a bit crazy because the Wood Elves basically lost due to an interception. So yeah, all good at the end. The tie is fair, but luckily we were in front before. And I
yeah.
think the third team who could have tied us, they did only tie. They did not win, so
Okay.
we should not be in this sole lead. But it was a good thing, and basically it was a tryout for the official now NAF ranked ones, right? So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I think it was organized very well. I mean, I had no idea how they were going to do it, and I mean, it's actually team versus team in
Yeah,
comparison to
we can.
Bumble, where it's not team versus team. So that's a big
Yeah,
advantage, right? That I have asked Chrysler to see if he can implement the team tournaments on Fumble,
yeah.
but he didn't, like pick it up right away. And then usually it's not something he prioritizes. So
Yeah.
don't really know. But I also don't know whether it's possible to do this kind of for a live tournament. Probably a bit more difficult because everybody needs to join and all these things needs to be started
Yeah,
right.
I think it's weekends it's better, but it's definitely one of the. It's definitely an area where it's a bit easier being because everything is done outside the client, so it's a little bit easy, flexible because Poncho is doing everything himself. So it's a
Yeah, I
bit
think.
easier for him to just do what he wants to.
Yeah, I think that's what I like on Fumble as well, right? You can do most of all the managing and admin stuff just on a browser, right?
Yeah.
And that just needed some time for the BB2 kind of, to
We don't
understand
get.
that these functionalities are needed, right? So,
We're not getting as.
well, I mean, but at least we have some workarounds now, which seem to
Yeah, it works
work
fine.
reasonably well, right?
It's just the only problem is again we stuck with the old rule set, but that's what it is. We cannot really do anything about it.
Yeah.
But it's still better than nothing, and we got 40 signed up for the World's Championship already with plenty time left, so this should be pretty big.
Yeah, I was gonna play on the Welsh Open, but now I bought a house, so probably I don't have time. So, but yeah, let's see. Maybe I can still convince myself. Is it 1 week or 2 weeks? It's 1
It's
week,
one
right?
week, yeah. I think it takes too long if you did it 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think so too. But it's either your league or that tournament, and
I know
I really have to prove that I can play dwarfs. So
yeah, and I guess with mine being 2 weeks because I'm not in a hurry myself to get stuff done. So
yeah, and the Miracle Cup tournament is also where I'm playing. So
yeah,
that's another weekly. So yeah.
that's
Well,
really
thanks
sick.
for streaming,
You're
Gary.
welcome.
Appreciate it. I hope you had fun. I mean, it was kind of fun game. It was always on the, you know, on a 3+ or so to fail. So
Yeah, it's
at
definitely
least the
been
second half was quite close.
it's been two interesting games at least. With
Yeah.
yours and Nicholas.
Finally, the curse of the Italians has been broken as well. They've won like everything except the World Cup in the last 2 years, I think. So.
Yeah, they're not going to win EurOpen this year.
Well, maybe we do the live one, so who knows?
Yeah, it'll still not
But
be the
yeah, let's
same.
see. I probably can't play that either anyway, so let's see. Well, anyway.
You're welcome. Have a good one. Congrats again.
Yeah, you too. Take care. Bye
Take
bye.
care.